This is the best kept secret in the producing world. People want you to spend hundreds of dollars on a keyboard, beat pad, sampler, MIDI controller, VSTs. What if I told you you can get by with a $50 investment? Less than, actually. There it is, the lucrative G-Shift button. More on that later, but first it's going to come with the software, and you're going to have a choice between automatic game detection and onboard memory. You want the automatic game detection. You're going to add the executables of the programs that you use so you can add your own custom config. And the nice thing is you can export this to share with others, or if you're an idiot like me and lose it all, you can go ahead and restore it. Anyways, on the left hand side, you're going to have a bunch of commands that are already included. If you want to add anything, you're going to find it in this button right here. There's a lot of cool things here. We're going to get into more of that later. If you know what Ventrilo is, well, you're old. All right, we're going to talk about this G-Shift button. What is it? All right, it's going to allow you to have 3 different sets of configuration, and it's going to allow you to toggle it using that third mouse button. So you can have all of these commands at your fingertips. That brings a total close to 100 different keybinds you can put. Note that one config does not have the G-Shift. You're going to start by adding a profile. Profile just ties the mouse to a program. So the keybinds that you set for this profile applies to this program. Go ahead and find it, add it, go ahead and add a description if you'd like. I put embroidery. I'm not going to redo my previous ones, and there you go. Another cool feature I'll talk about later is opening programs with your mouse. Right there, I just pressed my mouse button combo and it opened up Cubase. Now let's go ahead and just jump right into it, shall we? First bind I set was selecting MIDI part to have it be the loop range. Also to zoom in with the click of a mouse button. Let's draw some notes so I can show you what I can do with this. Now I can nudge these up and down octaves with my mouse. Additionally, I can change the quantize length with my mouse. Additionally, I can nudge these left and right with my mouse. I can change tools with my hand never leaving my mouse. This is an incredible tool that people don't tell you. I also deleted those notes using a button on my mouse, and I also duplicated all of these notes using a button on my mouse. Now let me go ahead and set some of these notes off the grid so I can show you that I have a setting quantize bound to my mouse. So with a click of my button, I do that. Now you can go ahead and go to your key commands and set the most ridiculous key commands. Right here, I have something I use quite a lot, which is randomized velocity. It's a logical editor, and that is Control-Alt-Shift-D. Now I just went ahead and created this bind right here where it is Alt-Control-Shift-D and it's randomized velocity. You can name these so you can remember what they do. It helps when you're learning in the beginning because you don't have the muscle memory, but after a little bit of time, you'll get there. All right, let's continue showing what else I do. I press one button so I can zoom in and out of the track, whether it be automation or MIDI. I also have a button for render in place because I use that quite frequently. Additionally, I have edit in place, so sometimes I just want to have the piano keys there. I also have it hiding zones left, right, bottom with my mouse. I'm gonna go ahead and play some keys and add retroactive recording, which is bound to my mouse. I also have reverse MIDI, mirror MIDI, any MIDI manipulation that I use quite frequently. I also have select all. I just want to remind you that this isn't just for your DAW of choice. This also applies to anything that you get creative in: Davinci, Blender, Illustrator, video games, Photoshop, anything really, even Windows Explorer, Chrome. So right here, I'm gonna add a new command. And in this situation, I'm going to add the forward button, which works in Explorer and in Chrome. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a next tab button. And I'm also going to add a previous tab button. All right, and we're back to Cubase. I'm going to show you how I added a previous tool and a next tool function to my mouse button. It's pretty wild right here. I got previous, and I'm going to go ahead and add next tool. Now over here on the left, you can just click and drag and drop it onto it. Now you'll notice that I messed up and I put next tool next to next tool. And I did this on purpose so I can show you how easy it is to replace your mistakes. There you go. Once it's saved, just go ahead and drop it on the right button and you're good to go. You can also create your own commands right here. This is a command I use quite frequently. I made my own keybind, added it to my mouse. There you go. I can toggle all of my plugins with a click of my mouse. Next, we're going to address the Alt left. Oh yes, the menacing Alt left. Now that's the key command for toggling the zone on the left and right. And this makes it super easy to deal with. So I can just hold down the G shift button and move my mouse wheel to the left. Now we can't just talk about the Alt left without bringing out the Alt right. So we're going to go ahead and create a toggle zone right and add that to our mouse as well. We also going to add a toggle bottom. I guess this is down the middle, so no need to talk about that or make it political. Hey, remember when I opened Cubase by pressing a mouse combo? Here, I'm going to show you how to do it. You just add a shortcut and you find the executable right here. I'm going to use Steam, which is a video game app, and I'm going to add it to my mouse. Now, anytime I press this button, it will open Steam. You'll notice that I have Illustrator, Photoshop, Cubase, and Davinci Resolve. So with my mouse, I just opened it. And when it opens, it just loads the configuration of the mouse settings I have set for it. Pretty phenomenal. This also has the capabilities of doing multi-keystrokes, meaning that you can type something in and it will put in that command as a macro. It can also record the delays between the events, which is pretty cool. Right here, I'm going to add a function to open a new tab and go to tiktok.com. Additionally, I use this in my operating system as well. I use it to delete files. I use it for copy, paste. It's all the same buttons. It takes a little bit of time to learn, but it's up to you. Don't forget about the color tab, which allows you to assign colors to different configurations. If you found this video helpful or useful, feel free to like or subscribe for more content and show me what else you use this for. Whoops, wrong mouse button.